Welcome back to the Ack-Bar. Thank you so much for joining us. Sit back, relax, grab a snack. I'm Jack.
I'm Zach, and today we're going to be looking at some of your comments that you have left on a recent reel that we made, and kind of it just got a lot more views than we're
used to. It went viral.
It didn't go viral, but more views than we're used to, so we had a lot of comments, and some of them were like, yeah, and others were like, So we're going to go through those, talk about them a little bit, and then we'll move on to Spider-Man. As you know, if you watched last week's episode, we are going through the live action films, Spider-Man films, and we are ranking them based on which movie's the best. I'm saying this wrong. We're ranking them based on the best villain, best girlfriend, best Peter Parker, best Spider-Man, and overall best movie from each of the the first movies.
The Spider-Man from Tobey Maguire, The Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield, and Far From Home for Tom Holland.
And last week we did the first film in each one of those trilogies. This week we're doing the second one, and then after that we're gonna do some hot takes.
Hot takes,
but we're not gonna hot takes with hot cakes. You know, show me something, Jack.
Later.
Anyways, wrong platform. Then we've got some hot takes that we're gonna put in this little bucket helmet right here, and we'll pull them out, and whatever we get, one of us will be for it, one will be against it, and we'll see what happens. And then we'll wrap it up with a little bit of
House of Dragon. Season 3, Episode 4.
Yes.
Banger.
Anyways, after the long-winded intro.
Sorry about that. Let's get into it.
Your comments.
Let's get into some of these comments here.
I don't know what's in this helmet, so we'll find out what's about to happen.
Okay. Calamity Chasm -Q5I said, what about my goat, Ben Quadrineros?
Ben Quadrineros.
Ben Quadrineros. Why wasn't he included in the top 10 list?
Okay, and I think I replied to this.
You did.
Okay. If this was a top 10 sexiest characters list, he'd probably be up there, right around Sebulba area.
100%.
Top 3. Because he's a goat and he had a very historic He was
a very memorable
career.
Character that I feel like was not explored well. And
yeah, I feel like we could have followed his racing career a little further.
Disney should make a solo film on him.
Honestly, if Disney made a pod racing film, they model it after F1 or Ford v Ferrari or something, and it's pod racing, and it's following Ben Quadrineros' kids.
That would be
I'd be tuned into
crazy. I would go see that.
But yeah, so sadly he missed the list, but a different list maybe he would have been.
Maybe have more screen time.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is from @DannyC_. How the freak did Rex and Ahsoka make the list and not Chewbacca or Boba Fett? Was a survey given to people under 20? I'm gonna let you answer this because I was the one asking. Or I was the one guessing who was on the list. He's the one that provided the list.
The list was provided by Google. I typed in the top 10 most popular Star Wars characters. And of that list, Chewbacca, Boba Fett, and The Mandalorian may or not have been a part of that list. But I didn't feel like they reflected the Clone Wars well.
Okay, so but it's not the Clone Wars, it's the full, Star Wars.
Yes, but I feel like adding those 3 characters in completed that list. And I think that Rex, Ahsoka, and Maul were better choices to be in a top 10 list than Boba Fett, Chewbacca, and whatever his name. The Mandalorian.
I understand moving the Mandalorian out a little bit.
Yeah.
I also understand Boba Fett.
Boba Fett just isn't really represented. Look at the screen time between Rex and Boba Fett, and it's just I
know, but that was the thing. The original trilogy was out, and Boba Fett was there, and everyone's like, "Oh, who's that sick guy that has 3 lines?" And he became kind of like how everyone loved Darth Maul, you know?
Yeah.
And I think he could have had a place on the list. He could not have had a place on the list. I don't think Rex should be in the top 10.
Rex maybe should have been 10. Him and Ahsoka maybe should have swapped spots.
I do think Ahsoka...
I hold firm that Rex should be in the top 10 list. 100%.
I don't think so.
Who would you take? Chewbacca?
Chewbacca 100% should have been in that list. 1000%. He's in almost every movie.
Chewbacca was number 11.
Not the prequels.
He was number 11.
Chewbacca, yeah, okay. You just said he's in the top 10. You took him out. Okay, we'll move on from it.
Anyways,
I don't agree with half of it.
listen.
I went it right to you when you had that thing in your mouth. Oh.
All right.
He's used to having that thing in his mouth. You know what I'm saying?
You need to stop. You need to calm down. This is family friendly. At T57 Custodian said, Jedi reflexes are not even reflexes by definition of the word. They have precognition. The more powerful the Force user, the further forward they see. I don't know what that means.
What do you mean?
What is he trying to get at?
Basically, what video did this come from?
This is from the top 10.
Was he responding to someone?
Nope.
I mean, wait, so they don't have reflexes? They have
precognition.
I don't think this is from the top 10. I think this is from a Versus video. Or Versus. I feel like I remember this from like an Ahsoka versus someone.
No, it was, yeah. It was from a Versus.
Which one?
It was the Vader versus
Invincible,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Force is very mysterious.
Yeah.
And I do think, yeah, like the stronger you are with the Force, I don't know if he was referencing like a book or lore or something where it does say they, in a way, kind of almost see a little bit of the future.
Yeah.
Where it's less of like a Spidey sense of like reactionary, and it's more of like they see kind of what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it's a valid take.
I think Vader still dominates.
Yeah, Vader still not smokes him, but
Vader still wins.
Well, maybe he does smoke him. I don't know. Okay. This was on the top 10. Vader is the least interesting character in the universe. He's got major only child syndrome and throws tantrums when he doesn't get his way. I'm sorry. Are you talking about Kylo Ren?
Yeah, bro. I think you typed in the wrong character because that is a crazy take to say about Vader. Are you even a Star Wars fan at that point? I feel like at that point you're just not.
I don't even know how to say the name. It's at Conductor, but instead of a U, it's a V, and it's instead of C's, it's K5951. Anyways, yeah, I think saying he's the least interesting character in the universe is like the amount of trauma this man goes through on a daily basis
is crazy. I mean, even if you look past, it's just like I don't think you were paying attention watching the films, because like he goes through so much just like psychological trauma and like actual trauma from like being in a war at like how old was he? Like 18, and being like a general, to losing his mom, to losing his wife, to losing his kids,
to being tortured in a suit every single day by a man he wants to kill,
to being cut up by his brother,
and then seeing that same brother years later and getting smoked by him again, and then seeing him years later, and then you don't really kill him, he just disappears and lets you kill him, and you 100% know that.
Yeah.
I think okay, if you're looking at the original trilogy plainly, and it's like, oh, it's just a big bad guy in a dark suit who you can't see the emotions on his face and stuff. Like, okay, I don't get it, but I can understand a little more. But by saying he's the least interesting character in the universe is crazy. But thank you for your comment. And I respectfully disagree, but it's respectfully.
All right. Rex wasn't in the OT. Offered to us by @BrownCoat13.
Yeah.
Listen, brother. Yes, Rex was not supposed to be in the original trilogy. However, years later, it was retconned that Rex was put in during the fight of Endor. You see this little man, this bearded man, and on the Force Moon of Endor. So please don't flame me for that. I know it's a Force Moon. And it is confirmed that that is Rex. So please go to any internet device and Google Rex on Endor, and that will pop up.
Yeah, he's there. I think people knew that. So I do remember a comment being like, oh, he was in there for like 2 seconds. Like, but I don't count that. And I'm like, okay, but originally, yeah, no, it wasn't Rex. Because Rex wasn't really a character in the universe at all. But after they put him in Rebels, and he looked basically identical with the beard and everything to the random extra that was in the original trilogy, it does make sense.
They were just like, this is Rex now. And everyone just accepted it because that's what they wanted.
Yeah. So
because he's a top 10 character.
He wasn't in the original trilogy, but since then, it has been written that that is him.
Yeah.
Fire. Anyways,
anywho,
from I Love Music -V2Q, Rex above Ahsoka, Qui-Gon, and Padme is crazy. I don't know. This was the highest engagement with 146 likes and 24 replies.
I would move Rex down to 10. That's the lowest.
I think Ahsoka should be above Rex.
100%.
I remember I said Padme on that list, and some people were flaming me. And I think, okay, yeah, maybe she shouldn't be on the list. But to me...
Say it. Say it. Speak your truth.
Mommy deserves to be there.
Okay. All right.
No, it's not. No. Yeah, I mean, Qui-Gon, honestly...
Qui-Gon was not there enough. He just wasn't. He just was not...
Love him. But yeah, he was in there for
Rex
one movie.
had more of an impact.
Yeah, but...
He literally...
Theatrical is a big weight.
Listen. We need to straighten something out here. If you're... I need to know what kind of Star Wars fan you are. If we're a... like OG trilogy only type of family, a only movie family, a only live action TV shows and movies, or we're a I see everything and I see everything and Rex deserves to be at 10.
I will say when I looked at the analytics of it, it was kind of split. The two age groups that watched the reel most or the short were like ages, it was like 12 to 15 and then like 30 to 35. And in my eyes, I see that as like, okay, the 12 to 15 year olds are the ones being like, where's Grogu? Oh my gosh, where's Grogu?
Yeah.
And then no disrespect. And then the 30
no disrespect on the baby
were like more of, oh, where's Chewbacca? Where's Boba Fett? You know, not calling them unks or anything. No. But like,
listen, this was a list stripped straight from Google. The only ones I replaced were Maul, Ahsoka, and Captain Rex, and I stand firm on that opinion. But you know what? You're entitled to your own opinion, even if that's wrong, and that's okay.
I do think Rex should be below Ahsoka, but I understand him being over Qui-Gon. Padme's a little questionable, but I'll allow it.
Padme was 12, right after Chewbacca. Yeah. Okay, our last and final comment. Now, this one had a lot of likes and the most replies, with 30 plus replies. So it was a big deal. So Suspense-EXE said Anakin should definitely be up there.
Yeah, okay.
And like, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I feel like people would have understood that we're not stupid and like that we're not like Darth Vader. Yeah, Anakin. No, it's like, okay, yes, Darth Vader. And I said this on last week's episode.
Yeah.
Darth Vader and Anakin are the same, but separate.
Yes.
I know that Darth Vader killed Anakin.
But he didn't completely kill him. It was just that's what he said to Obi-Wan in the moment. He did not, he may have been small, like 1% out of like 100.
Yeah, I think
but
he was
he was still in there.
It was the inside the mind turmoil of I killed him because he's weak, but there still was, of course, when we see him interact with Luke and everything, it's like you see a little glimpse of him.
Yeah.
And eventually he came back and he won. But saying, yes, they are technically one character, but also two. So I understand how some people were like, where's Anakin? Where's Anakin? But I'm like, I feel like using context clues and a little bit of thinking, you'd be like, oh, they probably meant Vader. But if the comment was like, oh, maybe Anakin should have been a separate than Vader, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, yeah, valid. But people just being like, where's Anakin? And I'm like, you think we just didn't put Anakin on the list? Like,
Yeah.
it was Vader / Anakin in... I just said Vader and we put Vader on the screen. We did have a slight, while we were filming that, we had a slight little, oh, is this... Yeah. You know?
Yeah, we were like, oh, we're gonna say Vader and Anakin are the same thing. And we're like,
I didn't think we needed to include
it. Got well out of proportion to what we were expecting. But yes, to everyone out there, Vader and Anakin, in our eyes, are the same person. Okay?
They are the same character that had different
And that
paths.
may be the hottest take ever. I don't know. But we'd love to hear some more comments on it.
I'm sure someone would be like, the definition of characters, blah, 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 and this, so that means they're different characters. And I'm going to be like, okay, it's the same. Have you ever seen the movie Split? Person. Yes.
Okay, that's the way I see it, where it was like, oh, he had like 24 people in his like mind or whatever. And it was like, Anakin was one of those, but like, it's still the same guy.
Like the sentry in the void.
Yeah. But thank you all so much for commenting. It is really fun to go back and listen to them. And no, remember, it's this. It's like this now. If you're not on,
isn't it like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. It's that.
No,
is it that?
It's this.
No, wait. What?
Isn't that what it is? Look, I'm not old yet.
No chance, dude.
No. It's
nowadays it's more this.
Yeah, it's one of those two.
But what's wrong with? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. But anyways, but thank you all so much for commenting. It's really fun. We love to get the engagement. Even though we're small, we still like to go through and read all of them. Even if we don't respond because we're like, I don't want to straight up just like start.
Or they hurt our feelings, dude.
Start going after someone. But you know what?
Bro, somebody
Show up.
Somebody said, this is the first I'm seeing of you guys and the last. And I'm like, why'd you have to say that? Like, you could have just scrolled or blocked us or whatever. I'm like, also half the time.
I'm just a boy.
Also half the time the shorts are like, some of the context is trimmed out of it.
Yeah.
Or it's in the caption and people just don't read the caption. Like the Spider-Man stuff last week. Some people were just like, Doc Ock needs to be up there. And I'm like, he's not in any of the movies we're talking about.
Yeah.
Which
is a great segue to what we're doing now, which is discussing the second in all the Spider-Man movie installments. And I gotta say, this week's gonna be a lot harder than last week was.
I have some after rewatching these movies.
Let me grab the board.
Yeah.
Are there any that you feel are easy? Because I have one that I think I can go off immediately.
So first, I'm going to say, just for context, this is Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
This is Spider-Man Far From Home. And this is The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. Those are the three movies we're talking about. So when we're talking about villains, it's ones in those movies. We're talking about relationships and action. It's in those specific movies.
And all this context will be taken out of the short, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start us off.
Let me get my notes up.
I'm going to start us off with an easy one. Easy. A layup, if you will. Could not miss. Girlfriend, Gwen Stacy, the Amazing Spider-Man. No way. No way.
I love their chemistry and they're on screen.
There's no
but
shot.
I think MJ? Her character development from the first film to the second one, she finally is like, I moved on. And then Peter does his little switch up on her and like shows up to her and she's like, I'm getting married. What do you want me to do? And then he just confuses her more.
Bro, you're no rage bait.
I mean, it's similar with Gwen because she's also like I'm breaking up with you and then I'm getting back together and then no, we can't. And then no. And then she's like, I'm going to England. And then she's like, I'm choosing you.
I love you on this bridge like that. And then their whole the starting the story with her speech and ending the story with her speech. And
just
like
how in the first movie they started with Ben's voicemail and ended with his voicemail.
yeah.
I wonder
It
what
was just
they
like-
were going to do in the third movie.
Dun, dun, dun. But okay. Well, I guess we need to have like more talk about this. I thought that was an easy one. Well, we're gonna put Tom.
Yeah. Okay. So with Far From Home,
This may be crazy. I don't like Zendaya as MJ. I
Okay,
don't. I don't like her acting. I don't like the way they're portraying MJ in this.
once she found out, or when she like confirmed he was Spider-Man, I think her character opened up and I liked her a lot more. But that didn't happen until It wasn't really much with her. She was kind of just supporting in her character's role. And then and Tom Holland was the Spider-Man was the one who was like, I really like her. I want to sit by her. I want to do this. I want to that.
It feels like in like the Andrew Garfield and the Tobey Maguire films, it feels like there's like 5 characters.
Yeah.
And those are the people. In the MCU one, it feels like everyone gets a line in.
That's
and
another
it's just
point
like,
that I had. It was like, well, we can talk about that when we get to Peter Parker. But
yeah.
I'd put Tom Holland at the bottom. Honestly, yeah, go ahead and put Gwen at 1. Because it's so emotional. I don't think it's as good as the first one. I like the relationship in The Amazing Spider-Man better than Amazing Spider-Man 2. But I do think MJ in Tobey Maguire's movies, this second movie, I think she was a lot better than the first.
She was a lot better.
Yeah.
100%. I thought for sure she did better, but I just love the chemistry a lot more between Gwen and Andrew's Spider-Man.
Because I said she seemed more level-headed until he went to her play and kind of confused her, and then because she like finally moved on. But then I said, but I like how MJ's character decides for herself that she wants to save Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so good. And then she's in the wedding dress there, and she's like, "Go get him, Tiger." And I was like, she said the thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like that.
Yeah.
A lot.
The Tobey Maguire films have the best, like most iconic lines.
Mm-hmm.
It like hands down.
Bro, Pizza Time. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Pizza Time is legendary.
I'm gonna hit another easy. I think best Spider-Man, Andrew. I think Toby at the bottom at least.
Okay, yeah, I'll say Andrew at top, just because I think it's the symbol of who Spider-Man is.
I'm just saying, like, watching the other films, that one felt the most like Spider-Man. Like, when Andrew is portraying, like, in the Spider-Man costume, the other two rely more on brute strength and, like, getting up close and, like, punching someone. Whereas Andrew's relies more on, like...
He's more agile.
Well, it was just, like, his brilliance. Like, his thinking and, like, overcoming people. Even fighting Electro, it was like, oh, he figured out to, like, use the static electricity to, like, beat him and stuff. But, like, when the other ones are facing him, it's all, like, about brute strength, basically. And just kind of going for, like, get up close and punch him.
I don't think Tom Holland's was much like that.
Well, that one was more like him being tested in, like, figuring out his spider sense or whatever. His Peter tingle.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Andrew's Spider-Man fights the best and has the best quips.
The best quips. Like the opening scene when he's fighting the Russian guys trying to steal the Oscorp stuff. Like, just where he's popping up and down. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, he was doing all that. He ran
Millions of people were dying.
Killing all these people. And I'm like, but then when I was watching that scene, okay, yeah, it rammed into all these people, but he went ahead and saved the kid. Or there was a kid in the street, right?
No, it was Max.
Yeah, because the kid's at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, he's literally running through all these people. He goes up and saves this, because in cars, yeah, there's some safety built in, not saying like it was enough to save those lives because they might have died. But then you have a man in the street. I think he, in the act of the middle of the fight, he's like, I'm going to save this guy before I save them because he's just a man in a street that's going to get absolutely plowed by this thing.
Yeah, because the car was literally going to flip on top of him.
And I was like, dang, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. He just, the quips, the way he thinks about fighting, the way he uses his webs, the way he uses his smarts to like get around stuff. Even the like fighting with one web shooter broken, like, dude.
When he goes and he puts his finger on it so it shoots out to the side, and he pulls it and then he throws it around the dude's arm. Yeah, him for sure. Why would you say Toby is third?
Toby's Spider-Man to me just feels like every time I watch him in the suit, feels completely just silent. Like it's just like music playing and like the clips like that going, and he never really speaks in the suit.
Yeah. I feel like that might have been just the way they shot it as well.
Which is fine, but that's why I think that the Tom Holland's one is better.
Tom Holland didn't have many quips at all.
No, he didn't.
In that movie.
Mm-mm.
And it was weird seeing him in London.
But I really liked him, like, when he was figuring out how to, like, get up onto the bridge with his web shooters broken and stuff and, like, use that thing and then use the, like, sign to, like, boost himself up. Like, that was, like, ingenuity. And then whenever he got inside the drone swarm and was, like, attaching everything and, like...
That scene was sick.
Like, that's why I would put him above Toby.
Yeah. It's also so hard because Toby's, like, the first on screen to do it. And
I know.
every other film is, like, okay, well, they did this before, and now the technology's way better, so we can do way more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the train scene...
The train scene is good, and...
I'm assuming we'll get down to...
I think...
Oh, we don't have action on the list?
I think we're going to add fights to this one.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought we had fights on it on the last time.
We're going to add fights to this list because I feel like that was something that was missing, and I wanted to get to that on this one.
Just action in general.
Yeah.
So which I think could
You're good with Toby at the bottom?
I don't love it, but yeah.
Okay. Tom. My dad's name was Tom. All right. Let's do villains. How do you feel about the villains?
We
had a lot of good ones this time, I thought.
Are we doing... Okay, yeah. So I guess we'd have two for The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give you mine first. Number 3, Electro.
Electro and Green Goblin.
Yep.
I agree with that.
Cool.
I wrote some stuff down about this.
But I'm kind of up in the air over Mysterio and Doc Ock. I thought they were both really good.
Yeah. Doc Ock is just classic, but then I love the trickery that Mysterio... Because if you didn't have any previous knowledge about Mysterio or anything, you're like, oh, this is a good guy. Yeah. And then there's the turn, and it's like completely different. I think Jake Gyllenhaal did a really good job.
This time watching him, I found him in the baseball cap. Like, he was just like walking in the background of like Tom Holland's scene, like wearing a baseball cap. And I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I saw some, like throughout the movie, there were some people in the background that I'm like, they look weird.
Yeah.
Like, they look like they're like spying on them or something. And I was like, I chalked it up to just extras, staring at the camera or something. I didn't know he's in a baseball hat.
Yeah, in Venice. Check it. Right before he shows up, or like the monster attacks, you see him just like chilling in the background.
I'm going to look it up real quick. I do think I want to talk about Electro really fast at some point, though.
Okay, well, which villain do you think is better? Do you have one in mind?
I looked up Jake Gyllenhaal in baseball hat, and it just showed me a bunch of paparazzi pictures of him out on a baseball. Anyways, which do I think is 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Dude, these are tough ones.
I think Ock
is... Are we saying...
I'm going to say Doc Ock. Doc Ock number 1. His motives are better.
Iconic as well. Yeah. I'd go Doc Ock. But honestly, Jake Gyllenhaal, like even though I haven't seen this movie in so long, Jake Gyllenhaal really did like surprise me in that role.
Yeah.
Like I think it was done really well.
I just think
And I
his
really liked him.
like Doc Ock's motives and like what he was doing was so good. Like, and then the other one was just like, Tony Stark called my thing barf, and now I want to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah,
And I was like, what?
the Sam Raimi Spider-Man villains, I feel like are so good because they all have this. Last time I said
they all feel so grounded.
They all want to help.
Yeah.
But then they have this other, like, can we talk about the AI takeover of his brain? I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of.
Which was, how old was this? Like 2004?
Yeah.
It's like crazy that
like,
was
the artificial
already...
intelligence took over. But what made the artificial intelligence? I guess it just took his deepest desires, but honestly, that's the same thing that happens with Green Goblin.
Yeah.
It just takes their deepest desires and accentuates it.
Yeah. Just takes it to an extreme level.
So we're repeating stuff now. Next thing you know, Star Wars is going to make a first movie of a new trilogy, and they're going to be on a sand planet.
Well, that's kind of what they did with The Amazing Spider-Man, the first one.
Yeah, I guess with the lizard. Yeah, very true. But
what do you want to say about Electro?
I think his origin was weird. I just think he fell in this vat of just water and electricity, and I don't know. I guess the eels may have been genetically modified or whatever.
They were.
That's what it was? Okay. Because initially I was like, okay, he just got electrocuted a ton and he's fine. Mm-hmm. So he's basically Eel Man.
Basically.
Electro? Electro. But I put... I didn't think Electro was that cool until Harry broke him out. I think when he broke him out and the did you hear the voices in the background?
Yeah,
singing basically like his thoughts to him.
Yeah.
I thought that was so.
I
cool.
never realized it until I watched it this time with subtitles, and I was like, "That's crazy!"
I thought that was so sick. And then when he's fighting him at the end, and the itsy bitsy spider is playing through like it reminded me of The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Do you know that movie?
No.
With the guy who voices Hiccup and
I know, and Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, and he has the Tesla coil and it has secrets. Like that's what it reminded me of. I'm like, it's like do. Like
yeah.
I think the fight with Electro at the end was really cool, and I think that it was this character that wasn't just like, okay, now I have different motives. It was this character that's like, I've been invisible my whole life, and now I have immense power. And I can actually
also
take
the scene
back
with
things.
them showing up on the screens in Times Square, and it was like when it switched to Spider-Man.
Peter, yeah, and it was.
I was like, whoa, that's like cool because you're seeing it through his eyes, and I really like that.
Yeah, but then they just threw Green Goblin in there. It felt weird. I wish they would have done it differently and just had Electro.
I did not like the side story with Harry at all. I also just really don't like that Harry.
I think the Green Goblin at the end, I think he portrayed him well, but I don't think it was done well.
Yeah.
I think Harry wasn't portrayed.
The Tobey Maguire Goblin is so much more iconic and just...
Yeah. I do think it would have been sick to get the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and have the Sinister Six in it.
Yeah.
But that would have been interesting because they would be juggling way more bad guys. But yeah. So
Fights. Yeah. Number 1, Mysterio.
Wait, what did we do with the villains? Oh, we put Ack at first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mysterio at number 1.
So we're ranking the fights and not just like action fights in general as like when I think of fights.
Well,
I think
we can
of
do like action fights in general.
Yeah, because I was thinking about like how this specific Spider-Man was with action and fighting and all that stuff. And we can talk about the specific.
I just feel like the fight scene with him like getting completely just like all the drones and stuff like messing with him and like him like hallucinating or like the illusions and stuff.
The illusions were good.
Were so good. And I remember watching that scene in theaters and being like, that's sick.
The fight at the end of Far From Home felt like a war.
Yeah.
Like, because I know he was like, he's like, this is a Avengers type threat. That's what it needs to look like. And for Spider-Man to go in and take them all out and webbing up all these drones, and then he webbed the bridge together, took drones, went over, smashed them, and then bounced.
Well, even like when the drones
are
are like going after him, he's like like doing all this stuff.
That action was insane.
So quickly.
That final fight was so good.
Yeah.
But the Electro fight, I think it's so sick. Both of them.
It's not cooler than the Mysterio fight, though.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really...
The Mysterio fight's really cool.
They don't, like, nothing really changes, you know?
Dang it, dude. I thought that the action in Tobey's movie was a little better this time, but it's still going to be third to these. Like, I don't think it's bad.
Honestly, you might think I'm crazy, but I'd do Tom Holland, Tobey, and then Andrews.
Why would you do Tobey over Andrew?
The train scene.
The train scene is amazing.
I just think that the way that he was fighting throughout the film against Doc Ock, like them fighting on the side of the building and stuff, like that was sick.
But when I think action and fighting as Spider-Man, I also throw in the quips and how he's moving.
No, that falls under the Spider-Man. We're talking fights.
Purely like if the audio is cut, you're talking like what's the best? Freaking
come on, bro. You know that train
grid?
scene, and then the scene where he has like Aunt May on the side of that building, and he threw like a clock hand at this man that was like this 6-foot long metal piece.
Can we talk about how Aunt May suddenly had insane grip strength to grab an umbrella
I'm saying.
and hold on to it, and she's like 70 years old or something?
Yeah.
Like what? Dude. The power grid fight is visually amazing.
Can we agree on one being Mysterio?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Tom Holland's one for sure. I like, don't get me wrong, I really like the fights in Spider-Man 2, but the power grid fight for me and the Times Square fight where he's saving all the people like while,
but it just feels like,
and the fights in the beginning with the chase.
Like
the chase scene with the Russians.
So short. Like it feels very like quick. Like it didn't feel like a lot of time was lingering on like them going and like fighting and stuff. And it felt like in the Tobey's one, it was like the train sequence and like them going and like fighting, and then him like trying to stop the train and stuff while fighting, and then as soon as he like finally does it, he like Doc Ock like rips open the train. It was just like that, and then them fighting at the end with like on the dock and stuff while the orbs like going. It was just crazy.
I think I'm also thinking of, well, honestly, hey, Spider-Man in Spider-Man 2 technically didn't even like win that much at the very end. Doc Ock was like, I'm going to go down with it.
Yeah.
And kind of just like killed himself. The same way that I feel like, I mean, Vulture didn't do this in the first one, but it was the fact of Tom Holland didn't really win. He just like damaged him enough to where he was going to explode, and then he just blew up. But I think I'm also looking at visuals as well, and the visuals are just so, I've seen that the slow-mo like of him going through the electricity so many times, and it's so iconic. But I do think that there was more weight in the Tobey fights with Doc Ock, and it was also, the train scene's so good.
It is.
And them all carrying his body at the end. Yeah. He's just a kid. Like, oh my gosh.
Not much more older than my boy.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like it.
But you agree.
I don't agree. But I don't think we would ever... I think...
Would you like to invoke the coin flip?
There's a coin flip?
Sure.
No.
Okay. Best Peter Parker. Hit me. Give me one. Give me one of them.
Tobey Maguire.
I know. Where would you
One. Yes, dude.
Are you serious?
Spider-Man, Peter Parker in this film is the epitome of who Peter Parker should be. The responsibility, 100%. This man was like, Mary Jane, no. He had one lapse where he was like, I love you. Like, yes, I want to be with you. But the whole core of Spider-Man is with great power comes great responsibility. And he lived that to a T. His life sucked. This, like, when he's going through, like he's losing his powers and stuff, I'm sitting there like, this is the one moment where I don't want to be Spider-Man, because he's watching the woman he loves marry someone else. His best friend hates him. May's losing her house. He's failing all his classes. He has no money. He's everywhere he walks into his apartment, and everywhere he's like, where's the rent? Where's the rent? But he doesn't have enough to pay for it. And he's still choosing to, like, Doc Ock. This was one thing. Peter Parker is in the bank with Aunt May, with shout out to Jeff Winger.
I know. I was crazy. Like, oh my gosh.
He's in the bank with Aunt May being like, we need money. Hey, can we get this loan? Can we this? Can we that? Doc Ock, who also has these abilities, it's the total ends of the spectrum. One person sitting there, can we get this loan? Oh my gosh, I need money, even though he's super powerful. The other guy being like, I'm super powerful. I need money. I'm stealing it. It shows his restraint in being good all the time and having that responsibility of having those powers. And I thought that is the epitome of Spider-Man, or of Spider-Man and Peter Parker being like, I am good and I'm not gonna. His life sucked, bro.
You know what? You make a really compelling argument, and I'm gonna say go off, Queen, and I'm gonna give it to you. I was ready to like go against you, but that was actually really well done, and you won me over.
That Spider-Man 2 shows who Spider-Man and Peter Parker is. This nerdy kid whose life kind of sucks, and he's having to be so responsible to where, like, he's not going to go after, because he could literally tell MJ, I love you, and they'd be together. But he, like, to do that, and then to also his best friends hating him, Aunt May's losing the house. Yeah, like, I'm like, okay. That is the epitome of Peter Parker. I think
number 2 should be Andrew.
It's so hard. Far From Home is so different.
It is, which is good. I'm glad they didn't reuse the same format, but the, like, taking the photos and, like, him, it's just, I don't know. If you're going along the same lines of what you said, it feels more like Tom Holland should be there. But it's like, also, they're kind of all going through it, which is the character. But it's like
Peter.
They're all Peter.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield, feel like he gave in to it more. Like, he was so wishy-washy with Gwen, I felt like.
Yeah, he was.
And when you go to Tom Holland
literally said, I can't do this. Here's the glasses. I'm going to go get with my girl.
Yeah. But it's also, Tom Holland isn't just dealing with, I need to protect, like, my girl and my aunt a little bit. He's like, his mind is saying, I need to protect my entire class and all my friends, as well as I'm supposed to be the next Iron Man. What the heck?
He was running off to Europe and was like, I don't even want to pack my suit.
He was running away from responsibility, while all of these other Peters, I feel like, were facing it more.
That's why I think that Andrew should be second.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though I don't love Andrew's interactions with Gwen, because I feel like it was so wishy-washy that it was kind of irresponsible.
Yeah.
But Tom Holland's is just so different because it's the MCU Spider-Man, so it's after the blip and after Endgame.
There's just too much going on, and that's what I hope this next film fixes. Like, yeah. I'm so happy that everyone forgot who he was, and we're finally going to get, like, a Spider-Man like these other two, because that's the one I want to see.
Yeah. Like, I remember when I started Far From Home, I was like, oh yeah, this is the blip. And I had to rethink, like Captain America's dead, Not Captain. Sorry. I mean, he's
Captain America's dead.
he's back, but Iron Man is dead, and they're looking to him, like especially Fury is like, are you gonna be the next Iron Man and step up? But then he's like, I'm a sophomore, junior in high school. Like, let me finish this.
Yeah,
and it's in the other Spider-Man movies, there was no like, oh, there are the Avengers around. There's these people around. They can come and help. Like, I feel like they had to bring him to Europe to and make up all these reasons. Like, there was that scene where he's like, what about Thor off world? What about so-and-so? They're gone. What about so-and-so? They're gone. Like, but there's no, in the other movies, it feels like there's no other option. Like, he's the protector of New York City.
But
and it just
like
felt weird.
Which I don't love that aspect of the MCU Spider-Man, where it's like all these other people or whatever, because it kind of just gives them like a, oh, I don't need to do this. Whereas the other ones are like, it's on me. Like, I have to do
He's
this.
Spider-Man. He is the
and that's
protector of Manhattan.
That's what Tobey's does, is like, it's on me. But even he runs away from it, you know?
Oh my gosh, but in the Tobey, when he's late, this is just something random I remembered that I loved. When he's late to her play and he's standing across the street afterwards and he sees her come out and then her like fiance comes by and grabs her, like they start walking one way and then cop cars come across and they go down the street and you see them go this way and you see him turn that way. And I'm like, that's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Like, he's sacrificing his own life basically to
I liked that he came back around to like, no, I need to do it on his own. Like, there was nothing else that was like an external thing, like, oh frick, I gotta like fix my mistake or whatever. It was like no, like Aunt May said, like her thing of like, if you have the ability to do good, do good. And he was like, I need to do that. And then MJ like went to him and they were in that shop and he was like, I can't, like, I'm sorry. I got to go back the other way. And that was really good.
Which, can we talk about how Doc Ock threw a car at regular old Peter Parker? Yeah. Not knowing he was Spider-Man and just being like, yeah, it'll be fine. Like,
or how Harry was like, yeah, you'll get to him through my friend Peter. And I was like, why wouldn't you tell this psychopath? And then he's
like, don't hurt him. Come on, dude.
And then the next scene is car.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's right. But I was really surprised when I rewatched this movie of how much I like Tobey's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, he's denying himself like everything he could have.
And that's what we do as Christians.
Amen.
Deny oneself, pick up your cross and follow him. Amen, brother.
Amen.
If you ever want to learn more about Jesus, hit us up because we got you. Time to add these numbers up because let's see what the best movie is.
Yeah. I'll chat a little bit. I'll find something in my notes. Oh, I think, okay, so The Amazing Spider-Man 3. I want to hear theories of what it would have been. I'm sure there's like stuff written out somewhere. But I mean, you would have had the Sinister Six coming in. You would have had probably Black Cat from Felicity Jones.
Oh, yeah. Her character was good too, but I feel like they didn't really like explore it enough.
I think they were just setting up for her.
Yeah.
But then I hate that they didn't make a third one. Like, I get it. The second one's not great. But yeah, I think what was weird to me was when Max fell in the electrified like water, the gap in his teeth grew back together. And I'm like, what is that even like? That's where I was like, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, I guess it's a healing. Why would it be a healing fact? I don't know. Like, I understand people becoming Spider-Man and they're ripped all of a sudden. Like, I get that. But yeah.
Wow.
I do think Tom Holland's is just very overcrowded when it comes to the MCU. Like, there's so much going on.
There's also just too many characters. Like, the first two Spider-Man, like, killed off Flash. Like, that was done. He played his moment. That's over. Whereas this one...
I didn't kill him off.
Well, no, but, like, he's not a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like, this one, because they started him so young in high school, it's like, these people are going... like year to year, whereas the other one's just like graduated.
I do think it's interesting how young he is and that he's still in high school. That is interesting to me. But whereas the other two, I mean, the actors, they were probably like, we can't have them still be in high school. They look so old, you know? But honestly, Andrew Garfield didn't really feel like Peter much to me. I'm not gonna lie, because he seemed like a completely different character because he's out in the world, he's not in school anymore, and he didn't really seem awkward anymore.
Yeah,
to me, and I was like, he doesn't feel. That's why I was kind of arguing for him to be the worst.
Well, doesn't matter because the Spider-Man was our number one at the lowest points. So we've got the Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, and Far From Home.
I agree with that list. 100%.
So after last week, we had the Amazing Spider-Man as our number one first movie, and then The Spider-Man is our number one second movie. It was just good. Like, the entire time through, I thought it was just really well done. The villains are good. The fights are good. Toby's Peter Parker's good. And I think if they would have had what they have nowadays, like CGI-wise, I think the Spider-Man goes up too. I think they were just like...
Yeah.
They're limited to what they have during that time. But, yeah.
Put the Spider-Man 2. Just put a 2 after him.
2.
Yeah, I think that was a really good superhero film. I was just blown away by the Peter Parker that Toby played. I think it was so good.
Yeah. And for next week, we're going to be watching, since The Amazing Spider-Man is out now. Unfortunately, there was not a third one made. We're going to watch we're going to watch the Spider-Man 3 and No Way Home.
Just those two?
Yep.
Cool. And we'll play through the entirety of the first Spider-Man game on PS4, PS5 in a week.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You could do it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It's so good.
I gotta edit. But yeah, I feel good about that.
I do too. I like that.
Cool.
So, do you have any final remarks?
Any
we didn't
final
talk about
remarks
from those films? Because I wrote down a lot, and I don't know if we talked about a lot of it, but I think we're good.
I thought the part with Happy and the ant felt kind of weird to me.
I think it was funny. Also, oh my gosh, Aunt May, bro.
I knew you were gonna say something about Aunt May.
She looked good in this movie.
That's
all I'm saying.
I think the Aunt May in the other two just come off a lot like they're a lot closer. Like they feel like they're like more attuned.
In Tom Holland's feels like I don't know. She feels
more like a friend where it's like yeah,
like a friend, basically a responsible friend. Whereas
the other ones are like, I raised you and I love you and you're my son now.
Oh, what'd you think about the Peter's parents in The Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Oh, that is actually something I was going to say. I was going to say The Amazing Spider-Man 2 felt like a spy movie wrapped up into a Spider-Man movie.
That's true.
And I was like, and on top of that, it felt like a National Treasure movie. And I was like, what?
It was interesting how they explained why the Venom worked on Peter.
Yeah.
That being like his dad being like, I mixed my DNA in with it so it wouldn't work for anyone. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because in all these other movies that people ever tracked down, like...
I was also I really hated that Spider-Man was like, oh no, you can't have my blood or whatever. And I was like, what? And then he was like, it may kill you. And Harry's like, I'm literally dying. And Spider-Man was like, yeah, that sucks. And then just dips. And I was like, that's crazy. Like, if you were dying, I'm not going to be like, yeah, I don't want to kill you because you're already literally dying. I'd be like, bro, here you go. It felt like I don't want you to maybe get the same powers as me because you might like do something. Yeah. It felt more like a gatekeeping thing rather than a I don't want you to die type of thing. And that felt
honestly, it's interesting because in the second Spider-Man game, Harry gets the Venom symbiote and they have this little like ragtag team up time with the boys.
Team up time.
And it's interesting because like in that fact, like if that did make Harry another Spider-Man, that's kind of what they did in the games. Is for a while they were going on these missions together, and you're basically like Harry's Venom, and you're Spider-Man, and you're doing this stuff together. It was actually really interesting.
But I thought that was really out of character, or they could have come up with better reasons as to not do it. But I was like, I'm really vibing with what Harry is saying right now, and that feels really weird to me.
There were some things about his parents in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 that I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Like with the blood and like basically making his dad a hero and stuff. But other times I was like, why do we need this?
Yeah.
So it seemed like they were just like fitting it in there. Same with Harry.
It really
and
didn't
stuff.
add anything.
Yeah.
Like if you just took the parents thing out of it, I feel like it really didn't do anything to the story. You know? It was just like, and maybe this was like set up for like a third one or whatever, but for it just being the second movie, it felt really out of left field.
Yeah. I think the third one would have been really good.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird how in the beginning of Far From Home he just suddenly likes MJ.
For real.
They kind of explained it.
I was like,
They kind of explained it when he was like Mary Jane.
MJ.
They kind of explained it, not really, but he was like, "Oh, I like how she says he's Stark." Like he says all these things he likes about her. But in my mind, I'm like, in the last movie, you like this popular girl,
yeah,
and in this one, you're like in this
like it
standoffish,
they didn't set it up at all.
Girl.
They were just like, "Oh, her name's MJ. You like her now."
Yeah,
and I was like, "What?"
That was a little weird for me.
Also, MJ being like really dark or whatever is kind of weird. Like, like the dark jokes.
Yeah.
Because Peter's so like,
yeah,
you know
what? But I feel like in later movies she's not as like that. Because I think once she finds out he's Spider-Man and her character opens up, I feel like it's way less. Like she said, it's not dark. It's just like weird little tidbits.
Yeah. I don't remember No Way Home that much, but I'm interested to watch that one this week.
Yeah, when he's in the bar with Mysterio after their fight, and there are people around, and we later find out that they're not real. Some of them are real, but not all of them. Mm-hmm. They're just sitting there in their full suits with their masks just off.
Yeah,
and I'm like, Peter wasn't just like, oh, I can't. He was walking with Nick Fury with his thing on, and he's like, everyone knows you here. And granted, that was a little, like some of it was made up and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, if I'm Peter and I'm in this bar, I'm like, I'm not taking my mask off.
Bro, he took it off on the Brooklyn Bridge. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it just didn't make sense to me. Wearing the engagement ring and asking for a kiss right after he says he doesn't love you is wild.
Yeah, dude. She was like, she grabbed his hand and it was just like this giant diamond.
And then he's like, I don't love you. And she's like, kiss me. And I'm like, you have this ring on your finger. Chill out.
It was also like kind of weird, kind of funny where she like made her fiance was like get upside down so she could kiss him upside down.
Yeah.
And
he was like, oh.
Yeah. And then she was like, not the one.
Yeah, honestly, that's some Love Island stuff. Like, I need to make out with you to figure out if I like you or not.
Yeah. And then she was like, Peter, I need to kiss you. And then she's like, turn upside down.
Yeah. He's like, Peter, kiss me. Like, what the frick? One last thing. I like how in I like how in the Spider-Man 2, he's revealed to be Spider-Man to MJ during a fight. It's not like with Gwen in the first Spider-Man, he's like, boom, and she's like, oh my gosh, you're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then with like Aunt May in Homecoming, it's like, with Ben, not Ben.
Ned.
R.I.P. Ben. With Ned, it's like just a random, like he's just there. Mm-hmm. But then with Toby, nobody knows he's Spider-Man until...
like he never plans it.
Yeah. No one knows he's Spider-Man until Green Goblin in the first one. And then Doc Ock and Harry. Mm-hmm. And with MJ, it's like he's in this fight. It's going crazy. And then she sees him. I love that so much more than just like I walk into a room in my Spider-Man suit with my mask off and people are like, oh my God.
And then in the Tom Holland one, he's just like, Everybody knows.
Yeah. I just love that she found out during the fight and not like, because that still shows that Toby is way more like, I'm Spider-Man. I need to keep my identity a secret to protect the people I love.
Well, Toby's Spider-Man feels a lot more based on the comics. He's
way more responsible. He took that line to heart.
He did.
Anyways.
But he's the only one that received it.
Yes. You like...
Stop. You're so weird. I don't know this guy. So now we're moving on to hot takes, where we have to reach into the bucket helmet and pull out a hot take, and then we have to defend it while the other person attacks, and then you, the people, get to decide who is right and who is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Or just who argued better.
And some of you people seeing these social posts are going to be like, they really believe this? But the context is going to be cut out completely. I'm putting it in the caption. I will write something in the caption. If you see this, we're going to have like no comments about this. If you see this, put in the comments, be like, read the caption. Or like, I saw the podcast, which I feel like there's not going to be.
Thanks for watching, Mom. She doesn't watch. All right, let's get into it.
Yeah, my parents don't.
The multiverse did more damage than good to the MCU.
So you're agreeing with that take? That's your take, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Be sure you write that in the caption. The MCU multiverse did more damage than good in the MCU.
I think it opens up so much more. Like I know there's sometimes it's like, oh, it's so confusing. There's all these storylines, but it really like there's so many different storylines of the comics and everything that now with the multiverse you're able to traverse those paths. They just need to do it right.
Yeah. See, my thoughts are that the multiverse just opened it up to like, oh, we can fix anything. Like, this is my big thing with movies, is like, oh, we can just kill off whoever we want because we can just bring them back later. You know? Like, the Episode 9, Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. Boom. Rey's like, oh no, Chewie just died. Boom, he's alive. He's completely fine. It did absolutely nothing.
They did it with
It's just
Ahsoka.
like the same stuff with Invincible, where you can just go and just kill off whoever you want because, hey, guess what? There's another universe there. We can just go get them. It just feels like...
What other universe?
The multiverse.
In Invincible?
No, in Marvel.
Oh.
If somebody dies, they could just be like, oh, we're just going to replace them with somebody...
You said Invincible.
I was talking about Invincible, now I'm talking about Marvel. Okay?
Okay, but you said it's like in Invincible, and then you said we can just go replace them, and I'm like, no.
No, an Invincible where they like get absolutely destroyed, and then they're still alive somehow.
Because they're Viltrumites.
Shut up. Listen. So the multiverse did more damage than good. It made so everything could be fixed. Like, oh, Spider-Man or Iron Man died. Oh, guess what? We'll just bring him back as an alternate. Like,
It's
dude,
not Iron Man though.
but it's the same character. It just
No, it's not.
It weakens
Victor Von Doom.
It weakens the deaths of everybody, and it just adds more to the like. Oh, you have to know this to know this to know this, and it's just like that's the same thing we were just talking about with Spider-Man. You watch these films, and it's like it's just too much to keep up with. Like watching the Tom Holland Spider-Man, there's just too many characters. And then to open it up to the multiverse where now there's like an infinite number of options, it's just like there's too much. It's better when it's more grounded and there's not all this extra stuff.
I would say that it may feel like too much to people who aren't like Marvel fans, but I think for Marvel fans, it's like, whoa, are they doing this, or are they doing this, or are they doing that, or are they doing this? They could do this. They could like
they could still do that.
It opens it up.
Even if you don't have the
more.
multiverse, they could still just pick one out of the many options, and you still wouldn't know which one it was going to be.
But what are you going to do when like some of these characters or some of these actors get so old and like you can't just like replace them?
Then let them die off. Send them off in a good way.
But no one doesn't. No one
just,
wants to see Iron Man die, and then they never see Iron Man ever again until
it's gonna get
20
rebooted.
years later.
It's gonna get rebooted. Everything's gonna get rebooted.
But there's so many, especially in the comics, there's so many different storylines that they could make, and there's just not enough time to make these movies and to be able to show all these storylines.
It just feels like a cash grab
in a way.
To add all this extra stuff is just like, oh, if we do this and we can do this and we can do this and then we can market this and then we can make this action figure and this action figure and this action figure and we can make all this money.
If they do it well, I think it'll be really cool to continue it.
All right. Well, we will see.
All right. What's my take? What am I defending? Star Wars needs to move away from the Skywalkers forever. It's too saturated. They've done 9 movies about the Skywalkers. They follow them through all of the Clone Wars show. Mm-hmm. They follow them through, like, Vader keeps popping up everywhere. Oh, Skywalker. And it's like, there's this vast galaxy and we're focusing on this one family in the center of it all. And
because
like when they do Andor, there's no Skywalkers in Andor, and it's amazing. Mm-hmm. Like when they do Skeleton Crew, it's a fun show, cool story about a part of the universe I've never seen before.
Yeah,
it's fun. Like they need to move and build a new trilogy or franchise around new characters somewhere else in this galaxy. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like maybe even just go with Ahsoka and say, yeah, the Skywalkers influenced this, but it's not solely about them.
Yeah.
You know?
But it is solely about them because literally there's been this prophecy for thousands of years and Anakin is the fulfillment of that prophecy, not Rey, because Rey's a Palpatine.
And we saw it fulfilled.
But I feel like there's still a lot more to explore with these characters. I've been saying for years.
Wait, before you say this. I want a Vader film between episodes 3 and 4.
Yes, sir, I do. Everybody that is a Star Wars fan wants a Vader film between 3 and 4 because that would be freaking epic. And I rest my case that the Star Wars should not move away from the Skywalkers until that film is made because that film is essential for every Star Wars dream. People have wet dreams about the Vader film between 3 and 4.
Okay, people meaning yourself.
No, I said people. And also, I think
have you ever had a wet dream about a Darth Vader film being made? Please tell me below.
Okay. Oh and then also, I think that we should follow Luke making the Jedi Temple post 6. That would be sick. These people, like, yes, they've been explored, but the areas that have not been explored are some of the most interesting parts of the franchise. And I think having, like, Luke creating the Jedi Temple, what does that look like? What does that look like? You see the Jedi Temple earlier, and it's like, no attachments, no none of this. Like, but then Luke, like, Mara Jade, and, like, all of these people, like, I want to see him with his kids, Ben Solo, like Jason Solo, those types of, like, him creating the new Jedi Temple would be awesome to see. So I don't think we should move away from the Skywalkers. There's still a lot that this family does that Star Wars fans want to see.
I think they've missed. It would have been great to see all these things, but they've missed the opportunity. They made other movies that weren't, like, good, and it's time to move on.
We'll let the people decide.
As we close that segment, I don't believe that. I love the Skywalkers, and I wish they still go make all these things. It was just for the bit. It was just, I had to fight against it. He believes it.
Flame him.
I will say, Star Wars Theory is actually making, I think he's reading through one of the books, and it's the training of, it's the training of Jason Solo and his twin sister on Yavin 4.
Oh, that's cool.
With Luke's, he's like going through that book, and he's like dropping lore videos right now, and it's actually pretty interesting. And so I'll be tuning into that. And I love him.
I love you, Star Wars Theory.
Please
He
send
was
me
like,
more
I'm pretty sure he
lightsabers.
was the first YouTube channel I subscribed to
Dude,
as a child.
before I even knew that I was a creative person, I would watch his videos because it put me in a creative mindset, but I didn't know what to do with it. I just enjoyed it. And like before he even revealed his face, and it was his voice talking like
Dude,
this. I'm like,
his
oh.
voice, I'm not going to say what I was thinking, but his voice was like, watching that, it was so good to watch him read the comics in like the different voices
Yeah.
and stuff. It was like watching like I read The Lord of the Rings, but it was like through an audiobook and they did like different voices through it.
He basically does audiobooks for...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you can see it and it's great. I love him.
It's so sick. He gave me a free hat one time. I joined
please come to, what is it? Rebel
ScumCon.
Please come.
I don't know, but I'm sure there'll be stuff in the future when he's in Dallas.
Okay. This is a hot take that I do agree with.
Oh.
Nostalgia is ruining Hollywood. I think that it has become oversaturated. I want to point to you an example. The new Avatar Season 2.
How many episodes have you watched?
I watched the first season. That was enough. I don't need to watch the second season. Listen, it is just purely for money because they know people will do it because it's attached to them. But it's limiting the options that we have as creatives to make something new. It's like, it's putting you into this barrel of like, hey, these are the only stuff we're going to focus on because this is what makes the most money. And this is like when you're doing betting odds, this has a higher chance of making money. But if you go this way and you make something new, it could be incredible. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once, Obsession, like all these new films, like even Christopher Nolan, like The Odyssey, Oppenheimer, like that's why he draws these big crowds, is because he's showing them something new. He's not giving you something recycled. Like Toy Story 5. Why is there a Toy Story 5? Like, it just feels like another Minions movie. Just look at the movies that are coming out nowadays.
So do you think that they should stop doing new iterations of like Batman and Superman and all these?
No, I think if you're going to like reboot something, reboot it, but give it some time before you like if another Batman movie, like a new Batman came out right now, I would be like, you've got to be kidding me. We just got the Robert Pattinson one.
Yeah.
Like, give it some time.
Well, that was what, 4 years ago?
Yeah, but
it's time. I mean, they are making a second one right now, but I'd say, let me give you an example.
Yes.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
That live action movie, even it was literally the same. It was great, and I loved seeing it in live action.
It was a good movie, but it was literally just a 1-for-1 recreation of the animated film, and they did it well. I would have hated if they did it bad. But that's one out of 20 movies that is done well as a recreation.
Aladdin. I really like the live action Aladdin. I saw it with my grandma a while ago.
That's crazy.
Whenever it came out in theaters. I think it was senior year because
the animated Aladdin is better though.
Yeah, but the live action was good.
You just said yeah. Okay, I won that one.
But I'm not saying that the live action was bad. It was fine. I think it was good.
But there was no point in making it. It was to make money.
I took my grandma to it and we both enjoyed it.
Okay. You agree with me. I know.
Partially. I think it can be done well. Like, would you consider that we're still making movies about the Skywalkers nostalgia? Because it was nostalgia from 1976.
Wasn't it 77?
Yeah, I always get it confused with the Declaration of Independence signing.
1776.
Because I always remember the Declaration was signed in 1776 and Star Wars came out in 1977.
Yeah.
But I just flipped them right there. Dang it.
It's okay.
Yeah. But honestly,
you're not a real Star Wars fan.
Are the new... I mean, you just said that the Skywalker saga...
Yeah.
Like they should stay with the Skywalkers, but they've been staying with the Skywalkers for 50 years.
And they're still not making the films we want to see.
Should they take it away?
If they take away the sequels, I'm okay with that.
You cut this one weird. Okay. The original trilogy isn't the best trilogy. It is not the best trilogy. I agree with that. I think... Frick. Don't flame me. The prequels.
Yes.
Because what's my other option? The sequels? I think the prequels show a more interesting time of Star Wars. With way more political, because when in the original trilogy you don't really get much of the politics, but when you look at like what's actually happening in the galaxy, it's very much like you're either in the Empire or you're not.
Yeah.
Or you're part of this like little rebellion that we don't know too much about in the movies. But in the prequels you see this whole thing of like, oh, are they CIS? Are they part of the Republic? Are they the Separatists? Like, it shows the factions and it shows more of the war and the fight of the galaxy that leads up to this. Literally, the pinnacle of the prequels is so much better than the pinnacle of, like, watching Anakin turn to the dark side, to me, is more entertaining and better than watching Darth Vader save Anakin and or Luke.
Well, I think the OG trilogy is the best. And it just goes into like, it shows the heart behind the rebellion. It shows them overcoming the incredible odds against like this Death Star. And it's like, that is crazy in and of itself, that there's a Death Star that literally just decimates planets. Like, it opens in the first movie, boom, Alderaan, gone. It's just like stuff like that. It's not even touched. I mean, they do it in the sequels, but whatever.
First movie of the prequels, double-bladed lightsaber.
Oh. Also, you get the reveal that that Darth Vader is Luke's dad. That, watching that alone and seeing that with somebody that has not like grown up on Star Wars is like huge to them, because they have no idea. And that's another reason that I think it is incredible, as well as like you get the Hoth scene with him flying around the walkers and that whole battle. And then you get the training arc on Dagobah, which is sick. And then you get to see Darth Vader come back from the dark side to the light and save Luke. And you get to see Luke go from this farm kid to this Jedi master. And it's like, that's what Star Wars is about. It's about the rebellion. It's not, I mean, yes, the prequels are good. I like the Clone Wars and all that, but the rebellion is what built Star Wars, and that's why it just is better.
I think the prequels are just set in a more interesting time period.
I don't think so, because
and I think it has
the OG trilogy
visuals and better scenes.
Well, yes, it has better visuals. I'm not going to argue with
better fights.
Better fights, yes, but the OG trilogy happens at literally one of the most interesting periods, because you have, this is the fixing of this 1,000-year-old prophecy where finally good and evil is balanced.
The prequels, you have 1,000 years of peace crumbling from behind the scenes.
I think they're both happening at interesting times. I just think that the OG trilogy shows it a lot better.
Palpatine is the rebellion of the prequels, because you have the Republic that's widespread. They're all in peace. And it's like, oh, we're all good guys. Ha ha ha. And then you have a rebellion from Palpatine.
Yeah.
And it's not this whole group of people. It is this one Sith Lord with his apprentice that dies, and then another apprentice
that dies.
and they're secretly in this secret rebellion that are taking control of the droid army and everything. And they take over the main faction that's there. Very similar to how the rebellion does it. It's just flipped.
Yeah. Well, anyways, let us know what you think. Who got it right? Who got it wrong? And now let's move on to House of Dragon, Season 3, Episode 4.
It is a day later and much later at night, and it is a little bit sleepy time, but we just watched House of Dragon, Season 3, Episode 4.
I changed. I didn't wear this 2 days in a row.
Oh, you were in the same thing?
To make it match.
Oh.
That's called dedication.
I didn't.
Season 3, Episode 4. Oh my gosh. There was so much that happened. I'm going to have a hard time remembering what happened because there was so much.
There was a lot.
It was literally beat, man. And I was like, what the frick? It was really good, though. You want to hit us with a quick review?
Like a recap? So they were in, what's the name of the town? We just said it.
Tumbleton.
They were in Tumbleton, and the High Towers are there, and we're seeing how they're just kind of taking over the town. Very strategic.
We got Ormond going in there.
I really like his character, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I don't like him.
He's evil. And
I don't like him, but I like the complexity of him.
True.
I think it's very cool.
I would love to get a little backstory on our friend Ormond. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just generally curious as to like what made him be like this, you know?
Yeah.
But, that's all I'm going to say with that.
I think he's just very, well, there was a line in the show about how he was like treating Old Town like its own kind of kingdom. So he'd basically been like running Old Town while Alicent and her dad were like being like the hand and the queen and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think he kind of went from like, okay, I'm basically like running this place. Like now we're going to go help the crown. And Rhaenyra is not the rightful person who should be on the crown or on the throne. So
it's all about him getting on the throne.
Yeah.
Well, as a like the man pulling the strings, you know?
It's him, which honestly all the High Towers are doing. The dad did it, Alicent did it, and now Ormond's doing it. They're all like
they should be renamed the Puppet Masters.
Yeah, they're all trying to like puppet master. And then she
even tried to do it to old boy Aemon, and then Aemon was like, nah, fam. You know?
Yeah. But yeah, I think it'll be really interesting.
She puppet mastered too hard. But I thought it was great. We got to see Rhaena and
that was interesting.
Daemon.
That's okay.
That's gonna come back to bite him in the butt. I'm gonna call it right now.
Daemon has a soft spot for his family, I guess, or his daughters.
The other daughter has not been seen since Jace has died.
Maybe she's just like crying in her room or something.
Yeah. I'm curious to see where that goes.
It was weird that I didn't expect him to straight up kill her when they were like in the mountains and stuff, but I didn't expect him to like try and cover for her.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he was like, oh, this will help clear her name and they'll stop hunting her. And this might put some ease on Rhaenyra, me like lying basically. But
yeah,
because then I guess if he's like, if I don't say anything, they'll just keep hunting her.
Yeah.
You know?
It's curious though. Didn't see much of Aemond on this episode.
Because he's been hurt and being nursed back to health by that witch lady.
Yeah, but how hurt is he? And where did Vhagar go? Because even if she's like helping like heal him, like it's kind of hard to hide like a massive dragon.
He's either hidden somewhere or she's using some sort of
concealment magic.
I don't know how deep the magic goes in this world. Like, I feel like it's not like you're not gonna have people walking around casting fireball and things like that, you know?
Fireball Jutsu.
Unless that happened in Game of Thrones and I just forgot. I don't know.
Nah.
But I don't know. I think he's either still there or he's like not in Harrenhal, but like maybe right outside and like he's like recuperating there. But we did see in the coming up that he was like practicing with the sword and stuff. Mm-hmm. So he'll probably pull back up.
Still lots of fighting to happen.
Yeah. Woo. I think we're probably gonna have a couple episodes straight of just like fighting.
Yeah. See, this episode was a lot different than last episode. Last episode felt a lot slower and like setup-y, but this one was like, okay, it's time to like get moving, and it was like, you know, or it was like moving through the progress.
I feel like they were very similar. The last one just focused more in the Red Keep.
I guess so.
This one was like, okay, we have 20 different characters. Let's put them all in their place for the setup that's about to happen.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was like this episode was we're going to tell the audience these people are here, these people are here, these people are here, these people are here, and these are their plans, and this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
The next episode, maybe we'll see some clashes, or it'll focus more on the more important storylines, and it's just kind of setting up, okay, like Sir Kristen's now at Harrenhal, you know, Rhaena is now just in the mountains, and like, you know,
the Sir Kristen and Sir Gawain, them going up against that like Daemon's army is going to be really interesting, I think, because he was like, oh, it's 20-1, whatever, you know, type of odds, but they're going to be fighting more like guerrilla warfare, which should be pretty interesting.
I think they're going to sneak in the middle of the night and just like sneak into the camp somehow.
Which, like, it reminds me of two things. It reminded me of like in the Bible when they did that and they like snuck in and they killed them all in the night with like, what was it, like 300 men, right?
Yeah, they went in and like blew their horns, and then everyone woke up and they were confused and they just started killing everybody.
Yeah.
And so they killed themselves.
So I feel like it's either like it's going to go that route, or I could also see a Lord of the Rings. What's the place called? The Keep.
The one that's up in the mountain?
Yeah. Wow, I can't believe I'm forgetting this.
I don't know. You're the Lord of the Rings guy. Is it on your map up there?
It should be.
Helm's
Deep. Helm's Deep. When the like 10,000 orc army shows up, and it's just like the people that are inside left to keep it out, and it's like if they could fortify Harrenhal in that way, it could also work that way.
True, but I think Harrenhal's already so.
But they also had
destroyed.
Gandalf, so
yeah,
I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I'm very excited for the rest of the season. And what they were doing.
Helena's pregnant.
Yeah, Helena's pregnant
with another.
I don't really understand why that's that big of a deal, because she still has that one kid, like the one that was in the garden with her. So it's like,
but I think that's a girl though.
It is.
Yeah, because remember when they killed when they snuck in with the rat catcher last season, they killed one and she was like, the boy's dead, or like they killed the boy or something. I'm pretty sure it's a girl. Flame me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty positive.
I was like, I don't understand why you'd want to like kill him if she let him keep the other kid, but that makes more sense.
Yeah, but that'll be interesting. So that, because Allison right now has kind of been like, okay, yeah, we'll chill here. You know, of course she doesn't really want to be there, but she's like,
she really has no choice.
But now she's like, okay, you're pregnant.
Now she has
we have to leave.
A reason to get out.
So it'll be interesting if she's going to sneak out, or if she's going to try and get Rhaenyra's favor or something. So yeah, now it's like you got a potential heir there. You've got Rhaenyra, and then you've got Ormond with an heir. I forgot his name again.
Do you think this is sideways, Sunfire, dead or alive?
I think he's alive.
Me too. I think that the way that the other one was decomposing versus the way his looked, I think he's still alive.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's dead still, and that we just never come back to it. But with those lines of him being like, he's alive, I would be like, okay, it does kind of feed into some of his like looniness, but also could be. I think there's a high chance of it. Because what made him think that he was still alive? I feel like he would have sensed something with his Targaryen blood.
Well, they like share the same emotion, so I feel like there was something that was like connected.
Yeah.
So I have hopes that he will return.
Yeah. I'm excited for, is it not Ulf, but the other one?
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to be like, something's going to happen, and he's going to see like, my wife is down there and they just killed her brother and something, and he's just going to do something cool.
He's just going to burn that entire city.
Yeah. And I think Well, I don't know if Ulf is gonna. Ulf is a wild card for me.
He is a wild card. I feel like he really has no loyalty anywhere. It's just kind of like...
Yeah, he's kind of dumb from what we've seen. He just likes to hang out in taverns and stuff. And now they're like, no more taverns.
It's all like self-interest.
So I could see him, and he has a dragon. So I'm like, I could see him maybe having a moment of like, I've been weak and like nameless my whole life. And now I'm finally like almost Targaryen status. Like I have a dragon. I can be powerful and do my own thing and kind of break off or go to Ormond or something.
Go somewhere that gives him what he wants.
Yeah.
And then I really love the scene at the end with Ormond and Darien, right?
Is that his name?
Darren?
I think Darren.
Where he's like basically like he's manipulating him to like kill this guy and basically like raising him up to be this way, which I think is really interesting because it's like this kid's been raised up with him like his whole life and he still has like some like goodness in him. And I don't know where that's coming from, but I think that's interesting.
I think it, yeah. I feel like it might just be traits, like genetic traits that he carried down from Viserys and Alicent somewhat. Of like he is a mixture of Targaryen and Hightower, and then Ormond's just like, no, you're Hightower. The Targaryens are terrible people.
Yeah.
But then he kind of throws a fork in that plan of like showing him, oh, I actually didn't leave this guy, let him go free. You're gonna murder him to make a point, and it's like, okay, well, you're pretty bad too, you know?
Yeah.
Even though I know like when you're on the throne, you got to do some things sometimes. I think Rhaenyra sending her gold cloaks into the city was a bad idea. Because now people are going to start to be like, what the heck?
That
like,
was terrible. I feel like that backfired so bad.
It reminded me of season 1 when Daemon was first introduced and he was down in the city with the gold cloaks, and they were just like killing people and like, do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's like very early season 1. And I was like, dang, this is going to be bad. But
yeah, she should have. Her mind is all over the place. Things are going to crap everywhere. She realizes that the war's not actually over, that it's still going because now this dude's posted up in Tumbleton. It's like, oh my gosh. And then they're trying to get money. They're out of money. Her small council doesn't exist. It's just kind of like everything's going crap, you know?
I still don't know why Ulf told her that. She was like, you're staying in the Red Keep, or like,
yeah.
And he's like, oh, can you pardon my friends, blah, blah, blah. And then he's all like, yeah, they actually, a lot of them don't like you and they're writing weird stuff on the walls and blah,
maybe
blah,
it was
blah.
just like, oh, you hurt my feelings, I'm going to hurt your feelings.
Yeah. Or just a sense of.
I mean, he's kind of stupid.
Yeah. He's just a goofy guy who wants to drink in a tavern and was claiming like, I'm a Targaryen, and then now that he actually like kind of is, he doesn't want the responsibility of like being like owned by the crown basically, and serving the crown. But it's interesting to be like, she's like, yeah, no, like even how like silly of a character he is, he's still like important because he has a dragon.
Yeah.
And if they lose him, then that's a shot right to the crown, and they're weakened.
I feel like Sheep Stealer's going to show up again.
For sure. Sheep Stealer's going to show up, and it's going to create this whole rift between Rhaenyra and Daemon, and it's going to be a whole big thing. But I don't know, is Sheep Stealer going to come in and be an ally or be just a chaotic force again? Because if Sheep Stealer comes in and is an ally, Rhaenyra could still be like, what the heck? But also be like, thank you. But I think she wouldn't fully just forgive Sheep Stealer and Rhaena for Luke dying or Jace dying.
No. I think there's a lot of stuff that was left unresolved, and it's going to pay out big consequences later.
It was setting up all the pieces for chaos to ensue.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get that in the next few episodes for sure.
All right.
But yeah.
Anything else?
I got nothing.
Well, as always, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Ack-Bar, and we will see you next Wednesday for Season 3, Episode 5.